wanted to be able to do it in the kitchen, do it in the room, do it in the parlor. I didn't know. I was deceiving myself. I didn't know that it was not going to happen that way. I was expecting something like, okay, let's shop ourselves in the sitting room. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Grace from If You're Grace here. If it's your first time coming across my YouTube channel, I'll see this beautiful face on your screen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about love, relationship, marriage, and lifestyle. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Thank you for always coming back. Alright guys, if you watched my previous video, you will discover that I've spoken about my wedding night. I spoke about my assumptions and what actually happened that night. So if you are yet to watch, you can go back there and watch and enjoy the video. All right guys, if you watch that video, then you can sit here to listen to the mistakes I made on my wedding night. You know, as I was talking about my wedding night, I sat down to think, okay, if I had done it some other way, would it have been a different experience? Like, would the experience have been different? Would it have been a different thing entirely? What could have happened? Like, what could have happened if I had put some things in place or I had done it another way entirely, maybe? So guys, I'll be talking about the mistakes I made on my wedding night as a virgin, like the mistakes I made. So if you're a virgin and you're a celibate, you want to watch this video and ensure you don't make the same mistakes I made. You don't make the same mistake I made. That's why I'm doing this video. So the very first mistake I'll be talking about, the mistake of, it doesn't have to be that night. Like, the funny thing is, that very night I was tired. It was our wedding day. We had all our wedding, like everything the same day, both the traditional, the church wedding, the reception, yes, particularly. We had them that very day. And that same day, we want to do the do. Like, we were both tired, we were both stressed out. And I could have just, when he called me that, okay, let's do it, I could have just said, okay, babe, let's do it another day. Or we both could have just thought of it that, okay, let's do it some other day. Not that day. We could have done it few days later. We could have done it a week later. Like, I've heard couples say they did it week later, they did it few days later. Probably they are overwhelmed or they are busy with one thing or the other. I've heard couples say that, but I don't know what pushed me that we have to do it that night. Like, just why? Just why do we have to do it that night? And the funny thing is, we do it that night, we're so pressured. And aside that, okay, the wedding day was on a Saturday. We wanted to do it that night. We couldn't even penetrate. Yes, how are we going to penetrate when we're both tired? Even as married couples, when you're tired, doing it is not easy. It's not easy doing it as married couples when you're tired. Not to talk of you trying to do it the first time. So don't try to do it when you're tired. You know, we're both tired. We wanted to do it that night. The very next day, we tried again. We're still tired. And we still had to go to church because we had to. My husband had functions to take in church. So we had to go to church the very next day. So why did we try to do it that night? So one thing I want you to understand is you don't have to put pressure on yourself. It could be done some other days. Like, give yourself the days. Give yourself the days to rest, the days to heal. I think I was watching a video and someone was saying that, okay, I was watching a video and the couples were saying, your wedding night, don't try to do it though. Just try to count the money you made on your wedding on your wedding night. Don't try to do it that night. So one thing you want to ensure, one mistake I made, and I don't want you to make the same mistake, was that we thought we had to do it that night. We thought we had to do it that night. We thought, okay, it's something called the wedding night, so it has to be that night. So the fact that it's called the wedding night doesn't mean it must be the night of the wedding. Wedding night means doing the do, first time of doing the do after the wedding, not literally the night of the wedding. Do you want to stress yourself out? Yes, we got stressed, and as a result, we couldn't even penetrate. Now, another mistake I made was my mindset. Like, my mind was, let's just do it and let's just forget it. Yes, my mindset really clouded the moment. Like, okay, for example, if maybe we my mindset was not, okay, let us get it done with, probably we could have penetrated that night. Why? The reason I said so was that Me having the mindset of let us get it done with. My husband was kind of a bit romantically involved that very night, but I wasn't. And one funny thing is, doing the do, even when you are married, one thing you must understand is doing the do is beyond the physical exercise that is involved. Your emotions is needed. You have to be emotionally involved. So I wasn't emotionally involved. I said I wasn't emotionally involved because all my mind was just, okay, Oga, come in, let me know we've done this thing and we've done it. Okay, let me just know we've done it. Just penetrate and let us get it done with. That was my mindset. And as a result of my mindset, I wasn't emotionally involved. I couldn't get wet. Yes, I couldn't get wet down there. And if you are not emotionally involved, if your mind is not there and you just want to do it, there will be lots of frictions. So as a result of the friction, penetration would not be possible. So you want to try as much as possible to take your mindset of, okay, you want to do it. You know, when you begin, when I place my mind of, okay, I just want to get it done with, I couldn't, that very night, I couldn't enjoy the moment. I didn't see it as a beautiful experience that I just want to do. Like, I didn't see it as a beautiful experience that I want to enroll in or I want to roll up with. You know, I saw it as something that, okay, it's an obligation, it's a duty, it's something we have to do, and let's get it done with. Yes. So that's one mistake I don't want you to make. I want you to see you doing it as a beautiful experience so that you can be caught up in the moment. You know, if you watch my video, I said something. I said what was able to catch us in the moment was, okay, the very next day we were having discussion. While having discussion, having discussion was, okay, while having discussion, we found ourselves that, okay, we're beginning to get romantic in love. One touch led to another, touch, and we found ourselves doing it that very next day. Now, if hadn't been my husband had probably told me that very evening that, okay, let's try it again. If you had put it in words, I would have brought the mindset of, okay, just come in and let's get it done with. Like, I would have brought that mindset again, and it probably could have delayed penetration again that very day. So one thing I want you to understand is your mindset has a role to play. Your mindset, your emotions has a big role to play. So if you are not emotionally involved and you want to just get it physically done with it, like you want to get physical, just get physical, and your emotions are not there, it will be pretty difficult to penetrate that very night. Now, another mistake we made was that we used the difficult. Tell me where we decided to use the difficult route when we could have actually used the easiest route. Like, before our wedding day, we watched videos, we've gone online, we've got to check tips. We've checked tips, so, and we've been told that, okay, the easiest way is lubricant, and the two of us know, but we now decided to do it, oh God, in the most difficult way. Why? Because that difficult way brought me pains. Like, I had to experience pain and discomfort as a virgin lady. Yes, I had to experience pain and discomfort as a virgin lady. So why do we have to go through the difficult way? So one thing I want you to understand is, if you don't want to stress yourself, like you don't want to stress yourself, you just want to get it done with, my dear, get a lubricant. Get lubricant. Lubricant makes it easier. Lubricant makes it. But then, you getting lubricant doesn't mean you should not be emotionally involved. That was why I placed that first. Like your mindset. Let your mindset be, you wanted to enjoy the moment. You wanted to enjoy the moment. You wanted to roll up in the beautiful experience. Not just you wanting to just do it and let it go with, okay? So I want you to prepare your mind. After you preparing your mind, then we can now begin to say, okay, now let's make use of the lubricants and, yes, engage in romance. Romance would even help penetration, because even with lubricant, yes, one thing I want to chip in is, even with lubricant, if the lady is not wet enough, it will be very pepperish and painful. Yes, it will be pepperish and painful. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. So the last thing, there's something I will also be discussing at the end of this video. The last thing I will be putting as a mistake I made on my wedding night was that I wasn't ready for it. Yes, I wasn't. I thought I was ready. You know, you creating fantasy about something doesn't mean you are ready for it, doesn't mean you are prepared for what is coming. You are not prepared for what is gonna eat you. Like, I wasn't prepared for what is gonna eat me, because if I was prepared, I would have gotten a pain relief, like a pain relief, something that will help me to relieve pain. I would have gotten my lubricant ready. I would have prepared my mind that, okay, no, let's do it in the time I'm going to enjoy it, the time I'm going to do it right. But because I wasn't prepared for it, I was caught up in, okay, let's do it. And I was like, okay, we should do it. Okay, let's do it. And we began. So as a result, I couldn't enjoy I didn't enjoy the first night. It was a beautiful experience. Like, my wedding night was a very beautiful experience for me. It was interesting. But the very night we tried to penetrate, like, I didn't really enjoy it because I slept with pain. All right, guys. So that's it. Then another thing I'll be chipping in is, okay, someone was asked a question on our YouTube channel and said, okay, Ma, do you think we should do it in the hotel? Should the honeymoon be done in the hotel or in your own house or your own apartment? I think one thing that would actually determine that is you both mutual agreement. What's your mutual agreement, and what do you really want for yourself? For my husband and I, one major thing was that the reason why we had to use our apartment was, okay, I initiated the idea of us using the apartment. Why? Because I didn't want to do like my first the do I'm supposed to do the first time. I didn't want to do it in another place. I wanted to do it on my bed. Yes, I wanted to do it on my matrimonial bed. Now, I want you to understand that just don't have to be that way. Then another reason why we had to do it in our apartment was because we needed to cut costs. Yes, we wanted to cut costs. So we doing it in our apartment, we didn't have to pay for any hotel or something. And we're able to do it because if we're in the hotel, we have to pay for food, we have to get food, even if there is food for the wedding, from the wedding anyways, we'll have to pay for any night we make use of there. Okay. So we wanted to do it in our house and have the experience in our own house, and we wanted to be free. Yes, another thing was that I told my husband that I wanted to be free. I wanted to be able to do it in the kitchen, do it in the room, do it in the parlor. I didn't know, I was deceiving myself. I didn't know that it was not going to happen that way. I was expecting something like, okay, let's shop ourselves in the sitting room. Let's do this, let's do that, let's do that. That was why in my former video, I was so raw about it. Like, I explicitly spoke about it that, okay, this thing, there are parts you will feel pain. Some people were saying, okay, the moment I said pain, they are beginning to feel like this. I could have just come out here and tell you that, okay, it's interesting, it's something we just do and bin. But let's be realistic. I have to be realistic because we need to be realistic. So guys, you using the hotel or the apartment or your house, your own house, it depends on you. It depends on your mutual agreement. If you have the cost for it, go for it. If you want to enjoy it, go for it. There are even fine hotels that you will go. After doing it, you go into the swimming pool, you will enjoy yourself and all. So if you want to go for it, it's your choice. It should be a mutual agreement between both partners. And please don't allow such discussions to bring great misunderstanding between you guys. Learn to just solve things amicably and talk things through. All right, guys, I've come to the end of this video. Yeah. All right, guys, I've come to the end of this video. Once again, I'm Grace of the Few Grace, and I'm Grace of the Few Grace. I wanted to say once again, I'm Grace of the Few Grace, and I was expecting my husband to answer that. I'm Philip of the Few Grace. Yo, he's not here today. So I'm Grace of the Few Grace. See you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Till then, I want you to keep trusting God, keep believing in God, and I want you to keep praying. Then study the Word of God. Pull up the Word of God as your hammer. And see you guys in my next video. I love you guys so much. Bye.